Hi, my name is Annie Welch, and I'm an associate from Bellingham, Washington. I am on the Growing in Nonviolence Core Group, and I'm thrilled to be with you today via this video. Thank you so much for attending today's CSG, and we hope that this will be an occasion of new learning and grace for us all. The constitutions we heard in our prayer today lead us to introduce to you a process of nonviolent communication and conflict resolution. This method is known as CLARA, an intentional, everyday peacemaking process. Each letter stands for a step in the five-step process. Today, you will have an introduction to this process and the chance to see it in action and to practice the steps yourself in a given situation. Please know that this is simply an opportunity for you to learn and attempt to use these steps, but that in the future, congregational processing that we will be using will be referring to the CLARA process and method, and we will continue to use this nonviolent form of communication. What we hope today's CSG will be like is a mini training session giving you some tools to use when conflicts arise. Step 1, center. As with all historic nonviolent undertakings, the preparation for step 1 should really take place long before a conflict arises. Our preparation beforehand helps to create a space for us to decide if this will be an argument or strong disagreement, or instead an opportunity for conflict resolution, for understanding, and hopefully reconciliation. We begin by breathing deeply. Finding the center where peace lives within can aid our decision to be a peacemaker. We might repeat a mantra or recall an especially helpful scripture or quote. With practice, this brief centering can become a split-second decision for healing and reconciliation. Step 1 happens internally and really rather quickly. Step 2, learn. The goal of step 2 is to identify and share what is happening for us in the moment. This involves discovering and sharing what we are feeling. We want to gather information and learn the facts without judgment of any kind. We ask ourselves questions such as, what is the subject of the conflict? Can we get all the pieces of the truth out there? Are we hearing a piece of the truth that is unfamiliar to us? What are my values? Am I surrendering, withdrawing, or counterattacking? Can I see the bigger picture? Here we pay attention to how we are feeling, but dialogue is beginning. Step 3, articulate. In this step, we continue to share exactly how we are feeling or what we need from the other person. This should be done in language that is open, direct, vulnerable, and inviting. We are disarming ourselves so that others can be less defensive. We should try to enter this step not hoping to win the power struggle, but instead to achieve a win-win situation. We try to distinguish between our observations and our interpretations. We use a relaxed posture, speak slowly and softly, and importantly, we use I statements. Step 4, receive. In this step, we need to hear more than just the words of the other. We listen deeply to hear the truth of the other person. Here, we might ask clarifying questions that are open, honest, and innocent. We check our assumptions as to why the other person believes or acts as they do. We name our own assumptions, but not necessarily aloud. In this step, we want to get to both pieces of the truth, theirs and ours. We want to understand and find out why the other person holds a position that we disagree with or acts differently than we expect. Our questions explore any inconsistencies between words and body language, tone of voice, etc. Step 5, accord. At this stage of the process, we attempt to bring together these two pieces of the truth which have been shared. We attempt to identify common ground. We articulate the truth as we believe it to be, and we seek agreement if that is possible. If it is not possible to reach a win-win, we re-articulate and agree to what the differences are. Or in other words, agree to disagree. At this juncture, predictions may be appropriate, such as, well, if this continues, then I may have to do this. We hope that with practice, the CLARA process will be one avenue of nonviolent engagement and transformation. This face-to-face method for understanding and communication can also help us understand how nonviolent action in social movements happens. We hope to enhance our own communication and deepen our nonviolent practices to become agents of reconciliation.